Assalamu alaikum and hi again. All right, so now let's move on to the main part in the meeting and the main part in the minutes, which is special business. Okay, so it is under this section entitled "Is Special Business" that the main business of the meeting is discussed and proposals or motions are put forward. Usually, this item is subdivided into two or more items of business that are to be dealt with. Okay. All right. So usually at least 2 or 3 proposals are put forward, seconded and put to the vote for each item under special business. Okay. Examples of items under this heading are as follows. Note that past tense and passive construction are used most of the time. Right, the chairman informed the purpose of the meeting was to discuss about the inter-campus hockey tournament and the annual dinner. Right, so this is the introduction to the issue that will be discussed during the meeting. Right, so this will be said by or has been said by the chairman. Okay, so the first issue is inter-campus hockey tournament in Aimole. So who proposed the idea? Miss Sheila Aziz. That's why we have Miss Sheila Aziz proposed, comma. Take note, PROPOSED, simple past tense. Okay, comma. Who was the seconder? Mr. Azman Anwar. So Miss Sheila Aziz proposed, comma, seconded by Mr. Azman Anwar. What is the issue or what is the proposal? That the inter-campus hockey tournament be held from the 6th to the 10th of July. Right? Full stop. Okay, so we have in one sentence we have the proposer's name, the seconder's name, and then the proposal. Right? The proposal will start with the word that. Right? That blah 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 blah. Okay. And then after that, in the second statement, we will have the rationale or reason for that particular proposal. What did she say? So she felt, F-E-L-T, past tense, that it should not be held too late in the semester as students will be concentrating on exams then. The proposal was put to a vote and carried unanimously. Okay, so this is how, if you want to write a sentence related to putting the motion or the proposal to a vote, this is how you should write it down or type it out. The proposal was put to a vote and carried unanimously. Okay. Just now I mentioned the word unanimously. Yeah, unanimously here means something which is agreed or disagreed 100%. Right. If agreed 100%, it means that nobody is against it. Right? If disagreed 100%, it means that nobody agrees to the proposal or idea. And then the word carried. Right? Carried here means the proposal can proceed. Okay, so if the proposal can proceed, okay, then this is, I mean, if in other words, it means that the proposal is successful, right? Majority or all the people in the meeting agree to the proposal, right, to proceed, then you will use the word CARRIED, past tense. Okay. Okay. Let's say, for example, if the proposal is not successful, majority of the people in the meeting or all the people in the meeting are against it, you will use the word defeated. Right? If it's defeated, it means that the proposal will not proceed. Okay, right? So that is about the issue. So when you are discussing the issue in the item called special business, remember that you must have the proposer's name, sorry. You must have the seconder's name, what is the issue being proposed, which is the proposal, which starts with the word that, okay, and then the reason why you're proposing, or why the idea is being proposed, okay, and then the voting session, okay, and then the outcome of the vote, whether it is carried or defeated, okay. If, for example, let's say not unanimously, then you can use words like large majority or slight majority. Large majority here, for example, let's say 5 people voted for the issue, they agreed, only 1 disagreed, okay, so we will have 5 versus 1, so carried by a large majority, right? Let's say, for example, out of 5 people in the meeting room, 3 agreed, 2 disagreed, so we will have carried by a slight majority, SLIGHT, or small majority, SMALL, small majority, okay. So I'm just going to discuss one, because to discuss every single thing, right, it will take a very long time, okay. Right, so next, any other business members can ask for or give information that they consider important, right, minor matters which do not merit a specific agenda item under the item called any other business, or in short AOB, right. However, no important decisions can be made, right. So something like this: inform the meeting about the aerobics class, okay. So if it's really important, the chairman would say to the secretary to put the matter in the agenda to be discussed in the next meeting, something like that, okay. All right, and then we will have if there's no AOB, nothing to be discussed in AOB, the secretary would just type there was no other business, right? Date, time, and place of the next meeting. So it was something like this. It was decided that the next meeting will be held on 1st July 2019 at 5 p.m. in the sports club room, okay, and then close. Right, so this is how it should be closed. The chairman thanked all the members for their participation during the meeting and closed the meeting at 7 p.m. Right, even though the chairman in your meeting said let's close the meeting with tasbih kafara, but here we don't have tasbih kafara, right? We just have thanked all the members for the participation and then close the meeting at 7 p.m. something like that, okay. And okay, at the end of the minute, space will be provided for the signature of the chairman. The name of the chairman and his designation should be printed clearly beneath. The chairman will then sign the minutes after they approve at the next meeting. Remember, at the next meeting, okay. He or she would also write the date after signing the minutes. The secretary, however, may sign the minutes and record his or her name, designation, and the date after he or she has written or typed out the minutes, right? So that's how the minutes will look like, right? Language of minutes writing. The language of minutes is formal in style. The secretary does not refer to herself as I, but as the secretary or Mr. X. When names are used, the surname preceded by Mr., Miss, Mrs., or other honorifics such as Dr., Sir, Dato are used, right? So for example, let's say Salehan is in the meeting room. The secretary will not just write Salehan. He should use the title, at least the title Mr. Salehan, something like that. Or if it's Dato, then Dato Salehan. Yeah? Simple past tense to relate what happened at the meeting. As there were no amendments, the chairperson confirmed the minutes. Okay. Past tense is used, past perfect. Students had complained about the canteen, right? When referring to what happened before something, okay, had complained. This is past perfect. Both active and passive voice are acceptable. Chairperson confirmed the minutes. The minutes were confirmed by the chairperson. Right, both styles are acceptable, active voice and passive voice. Sometimes the pronoun we or us in direct speech is replaced by the committee, right? Or the meeting when it refers to members of a group as a group, right? Mr. Brandon said we should pay for it. Mr. Brandon said the committee should pay for it, right? Okay. When writing minutes of a meeting, try to avoid using the same reporting verb. Instead of using said, then said, and said, and said repetitively, right? Other verbs can be used, such as reported, stated, commented, pointed out. Okay. That's right. I guess you guys also have a copy of this, right? So this is a copy of a minutes from a meeting. So you should start with the name of the club society on top there, on top of the page, right? And then the words minutes of meeting, all capital letters, right? And then the introductory paragraph, minutes of the second executive committee meeting, blah 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 blah, meeting room, right? So we have there the word minutes. Okay, if you don't have the word minutes, then there's an error there. So you must start with the word minutes of the second executive committee room, meeting room, blah 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 blah, until the place where the meeting was conducted. Right. This is attendance, right? Members present or present. You should start with the chairman's name first, right? And then the secretary's name, right? So, and then if you have a treasurer, the treasurer's name. So chairman, secretary, treasurer, right? If, for example, that person is just a normal member of the normal member in the meeting, right? Then you will list down his name according to alphabetical order, right? So in this case, you can see even though Salehan starts with S, but because he's the chairman, his name appears first, right? So let's say these two people, 4 and 5, right? They are normal members. So we have GHI because G comes first before J, right? So only the normal members' names, right? You will list down alphabetically, right? In alphabetical order. Okay, and then the chairman called the meeting to order at 2 p.m. Welcome all the members. Okay. I think the others are kind of the same. We have discussed them already. Okay. Just take a look at the ending part, right? So the ending part of the minutes will look something like this. Okay. So we have two places for two signatures. On the left side, recorded by, right? So this is where you can see the secretary will write down his or her name and he or she will sign the minutes. So we have recorded by on the left side, of course, ABC, that's the signature, and then Ali bin Christie, that's the name of the secretary, the position secretary, and then the date when he or she signed the minutes, 2nd January 2019. Okay. On the right side, you will only have confirmed by, then dots where the chairman will sign his name in the next meeting. Chairman's name, Salehan bin Ghafar. His position, chairman. The date, also you just write the word date and then blank or space which has been provided for the chairman to write down the date when he has signed the minutes. Okay, so that's all. Thank you.